On this episode of 4x4 Garage, we're here at IH Parts America's top secret R&D facility in front of the 56 S120 that we will be bringing down to Woods Off-Road in San Marcos and building into an off-road monster. We'll also be building an F-350 tow rig to bring this thing to and from the Rubicon where we plan on doing the shakedown run. Before we do that, Jeff, what are we up to?
I think we're going to drag this thing out of the weeds. It's been sitting here for about 8-9 years. Give it good pressure washing, knock some of the broken glass out and some of the other trash in it, take the body off the frame, and get any of the other used parts over to some of our customers, and then the rest of it is for you guys to build over and let Johnny work his magic on it.
Right on. You want to give us a walk around and tell us all about this thing first?
Absolutely. Let's go take a look at it. So let me show you this old beast. These things came factory with an old 6-cylinder. The hood's open up either direction, or you can actually take the whole thing off. It's pretty cool about it.
Wow, so the old 6-cylinder, I mean, the valve cover's off. This thing's seen better days?
Yeah, probably a 220 black diamond.
My original thought was to like leave the frame under it and just put a different drivetrain in, but you said like the axles, the brakes are hard to source.
Yeah, the brake drums are hard to source for these things on the old 6 lugs. The other issue with like building on this particular frame is how flat the chassis are. So when you're building a rock crawler and you want a lot of up travel, these chassis just really aren't built for that.
Plus you've got to box the whole thing. By the time you're done doing it, unless you're going for like an Arresto mod build.
Exactly. You might as well swap it out. One of the reasons why in Hideous I went with a Scout frame versus the original 50s frame that was underneath that truck.
Yeah. And then 115-inch wheelbase, 3/4 ton.
Yep, 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive. They only made about 10,000 of these trucks in about a year and a half period, from like 55 into 6, maybe a little bit into 57. They had divorce transfer case, 4-speed non-synchro transmission.
Something tells me that wooden block's not original with the cotter pin hole.
I don't think that part was original, no, but it probably stayed. It's just part of the history of the truck. So yeah, I think make a great build for a Rubicon runner. I've always, like I said, ever since the day I got it, I literally was like, that'd make a cool off-road truck, you know, because it's not perfect. It may look good, but there's a lot of deficiencies in the truck, and that's why I've kind of slated this one more suited for an off-road project versus like a nut and bolt restoration. You know, it's pretty beat up. It's got some rust here and there. It's not perfect. So,
and the good thing in my mind is all the parts we don't use are going to ultimately go to someone who's going to use.
I mean, our #1 thing is preserving history. All these trucks are history, so that's what's cool. Anything that you're not going to need, we'll be able to sell to our customers and let them keep their IH on the road.
All right. Well, let's get to work.
Let's get going.
Good. You're moving.
All right, so we got some of these parts in here, Christian. I think we'll take out this old transfer case. It's like an old 202. I don't think you'll need it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna need that.
We've got the shift levers for it are pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep those twin sticks that are in it with the IH logos, and that'll operate the Magnum 205.
Perfect.
And then I think one of these would be cool to rig up and rig the Magnum underdrive.
Okay,
so.
and you might be able to use the one maybe for a hand parking
maybe.
brake or something.
You know me, how many levers I need to have in a rig.
And if anything, like I said, if you don't use any of it, just get it back.
Yeah,
and
anything I don't use will come back here.
One of our customers will use it. So let's keep clean. We'll get all these parts off to the side and then figure out what we need.
Keep pile in a recycle pile.
You got it? Man, Christian here. Yeah, that could help people.
Step one, we're gonna take the front clip off. And so we're just kind of figuring out how things are mounted in here, and it's sort of user-friendly. These are stamped with the IH logo on the head. We call this old man engineering right here.
Yes, sir. Whatever got the job done and the truck working on the farm again. Typical farmer baling wire there. Wow, look at all the rust from that.
Yeah.
There's a scrap bin over there by the drill press.
Ooh, the spiders were having a field day in this thing.
And then walk, you want to walk my way?
Sure.
Got it?
Yep.
You need help? You got it? Pick up a little bit. There you go. A little more.
There
All right,
we
we're
go.
clear.
Watch out, tire.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, old school Delco battery. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is.
That is way cool. I might just have to keep that. Some more yard art. Trying to get to the body bolts on this thing. They come from underneath. This truck's a little bit different than like what I'm familiar with because I haven't done, boy, if I ever done an S-Series teardown. So anyways, there's a plug here. We're gonna knock these out and then hopefully we can get the body bolts to get that off, the rear ones off. All right, time to whack the column. To all you purists, the whole box is pretty shot and Christian would like to use the column as part of the build to keep the original steering wheel. So the cab's loose now. Let's raise this thing back up and we'll get under there and we'll unbolt this bed. I'm telling you, they didn't stand for International Harvester. It stands for Iron Heavy.
No wonder they weigh so much once they're built.
Yeah.
Okay, straight back. Okay, down we go. I bought this 04 Durango brand new, and so I've been the one to maintain the engine and transmission. So I trust its history, but the car, it's just, you know, languishing in my RV parking. So I don't want to get rid of it. So I think if I pop that body off and I can put this on and make a cool rig out of it.
Yeah,
you know.
that's cool. What
That way
motor's
still
in
get-
that thing?
It's a 5.7 Hemi.
A Hemi?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
So
gonna
it's
make a Hemi
got the Hemi
National.
540. Yeah, Hemi
Hemi
National. There you
I
go.
like it. All right, sweet.
You'll have to
Yeah, this is
get me
gonna
some
be-
custom badges.
That's right. All right, well, we're gonna get this thing rolled off of here. We'll
All
get
right.
the gantry crane set up and raise the cab
The
off.
last piece comes. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, just cleared.
Yeah. All right.
A little more.
This is the new International trailer truck. No engine required. There you go. So Jeff's hooking up the trailer here, the S120. We're gonna strap it down. He's gonna haul it down to Woods Off-Road for us, but this is not the only rig we're gonna be dealing with down there. We're going to take this F-350 while Jeff's down there helping us build this thing, and we're also gonna treat it to a bunch of upgrades and make it a better functioning, more comfortable, better workhorse for him.
Welcome to IH Parts America. We're here to grab some parts for the S120 they've set aside for us. Come on in, let's go get them. All right, so here in our store, we have all sorts of goodies from our CPT line, aluminum products, billet, you name it there. We have a lot of suspension products. We've got lubricants, fuel injection systems. Aside from that, we've got like puzzles and we have t-shirts and we have RC cars and just a paradise for both the adults and the kids, depending on what they want for International Harvester. So, all right, Mr. MJ, I called you about some parts for that S120 build.
Yes, sir.
Looking for that weather strip kit and glass.
Well, we're back here in San Marcos at Woods Off-Road. Jeff just got down here. He dragged the S120 down here for us. We're going to be building it, but in addition to the S120, we're also going to be tarting up Jeff's 2020 F-350. It's his primary workhorse. Jeff, tell us what you do with that thing and why you want some of these mods.
Well, I use the truck for hauling Hideous around and also for recovering old IHs. So when I go out to some of these recoveries, I don't have enough space to like hold everything. So with the new tonneau cover, it's got a T-slot system. I can put some crossbars, I can put a headache rack, kind of like be able to use the top of the bed to put more parts when I'm out there, like I said, getting parts recoveries and old trucks. And then just making the truck a better hauler.
So Johnny, we got 2 builds to get going on. What do you think a good plan of attack is here?
Well, let's get the Ford done. So we got a super lift going on, airbag setup, the tonneau cover, headache rack, floor mats, seat covers, and then the S120 is gonna be a full-on build. That one's gonna be
A little bit of everything.
fun. A little motor action, custom chassis work.
Yeah. Start axles up on that one.
Yep, let's get it to a rolling chassis. Let's get the engine, transmission, transfer cases dropped into the frame. And then once that's rolling around, we can put the body just directly on
Frosted
it.
with that international.
We'll just cut the body up to fit around everything.
Cool, perfect.
Including the 40s.
All right, well, let's get going, man.
Okay, so we're taking out my old backflip tonneau cover and storage box. It's treated me well, it's done its job, keeping my stuff protected. But we did the roll and lock on Zade's Tacoma, and I really liked the T-slot system that was part of that. And so that's why we're switching it out to the roll and lock, so I can have the T system, put on a headache rack, and then I can use crossbars. So when I'm out getting old IH parts like hard tops and stuff, or extra parts, either way I can use. Now on top of the bed, I can store stuff. So that's why we're taking out the backflip, and we're gonna go to the roll and lock system.
Right now we're working on a back rack, which is basically a protective cage in front of the rear window. So if Jeff's hauling big, bulky, like say hoods or lumber or anything like that, and he has to make a short stop, it doesn't slide forward and intrude into the cab. So it's a nice safety feature. It's also a good, strong utilitarian device that will allow him to kind of tie things to and secure stuff against.
Yeah, this is awesome. That should definitely keep stuff from hitting the back of the cab and window for sure.
We just had one leftover piece, but we're not going to worry about that right now.
Oh, there's always one leftover piece. That means you did it right.
Okay, forward. So these are the axles for the S120. We've got a pair of Super Duty axles from an 05 and up. So it's a high pinion Dana 60 front and a Sterling 10.5 rear. The front is the bomb. I mean, the rear is okay, but we're gonna rebuild these with some 513s, lockers, alloy axle shafts, and 1550 U-joints up front, and some alloy shafts in the back. Should be pretty bomb-proof for 40. Nice to flip both of them off of the Dana 60 to get it in the right spot. So this is a roll and lock aluminum hard sliding tonneau cover. They're really nice. It's a track system. It goes on roller bearings. It opens and closes smooth as butter. And look at that. It fits. Fits with the back rack.
I didn't think that was gonna
Right
work.
on.
I didn't think they were gonna work.
I picked out these parts for a reason. I was confident. I was very confident.
So we've got the studs for the back rack mounting bracket protrude into the bed here, and so it's hitting the side of the roll and lock frame. We're basically going to have to take it down to the washer. It fits. Oh yeah, sure clunk. That's about perfect right there. Putting the brackets on for this cargo management setup here. There you go, Hefe. All right.
Okay, so we want to fold this up.
Yeah.
We go like this. We
Push these pins in.
push those guys. We go a little bit past, flip it up, target. There we go. And then it folds up out of the way.
Boom. One of the last pieces of Jeff's storage puzzle here are these swing cases. So these are a hard ABS storage case. He's going to keep like his tie down straps and his chains and what other little loose items he might be hauling. you got? Hang on. Oh, got you back. All right.
Nice.
Pull your,
Pull it out and I swing out.
there you go.
Oh, it's gonna be so nice to be able to get my stuff out.
Right?
Love it. All right, got all my stuff in here. This is gonna be so much nicer. Got these little side boxes with all my straps in there. Got the cargo manager holding like my seats and my winch bag and all that up front. So, I mean, make it real nice, and especially with this, I don't have to hop in there and like flip my old one down. I can just pull this strap and shut it, and it's so much easier. It's gonna be so much nicer for hauling Hideous around and getting these old Internationals recovered from people's places and bringing them back to IH Parts America.
So obviously we've got a pair of Super Duty axles, but we don't need any of the Super Duty brackets. So what I'm gonna do is, starting with the rear, I'm just gonna cut all the factory perches and brackets and stuff off. So these Super Duty axles, I don't know if they were in an ocean liner or what. They definitely came out of a winter salt state pickup because they are rusty as heck. And so anything I can't cut off, I'm gonna take this WD-40 penetrating lube and spray them down so they can soak, and so these bolts hopefully come out without snapping. I started with the grinder and it was going so slow. So we have a nice little Thermodynamics Cutmaster plasma cutter. Small, it's portable, so I'm like, well, I'll just grab it and bring it out here outside, and it's really making quick work of these brackets. I'm gonna take my time, buzz these all off, get them to where I can get a grinder on them and then smooth everything down. And then once that's all prepped, we can look at assembling our new bracket system. So this is a really highly customized build, and so there aren't very many off-the-shelf components that we can just grab and make work for our application. So we went into the SCUT Send Parts Builder. Parts Builder is really cool because you don't have to design the wheel from scratch. I mean, there's all these existing shapes and different things in there, and you can adjust them to your needs. Like tabs, you can change the radius, the diameter, you can move where the hole is. We even went in there and we created our own Hemi shim tabs for a starter. So, I mean, we don't have to go searching for these. We've got them from SCUT Send. There's even a cool section where you can input your text and have text cut out. And so we went in there and we did the 4x4 Garage logo in both steel and aluminum. It's three-dimensional, and we're actually thinking about mounting this on the tailgate or somewhere prominent on the vehicle. If not, we've even got like a little SCUT Send stand that they cut out for us and bent. That's the other cool thing, is you can actually get things dimple dyed or bent. It's not just flat plate.
He's out of here. So one of the things I didn't like were these factory floor mats. They didn't fit very good, so I look forward to putting these new ones in.
Yeah, these Huskies are great, man. They're made in the USA. I got a set in my GMC. All right, last little thing we're gonna do, the interior. We've got these Covercraft seat covers. Jeff's always getting in and out, greasy after rescuing some International from a field somewhere. So these are actually Carhartt material, same as the pants I'm wearing. So it's real working class stuff. It's gonna look great for a long time to come. So that's a good start to two projects. The F-350 is underway, and as you can see, the S120 is just getting started. Gonna finish buzzing off these brackets. We got a chassis, we got a suspension, the engine's here, waiting on the transmission. The parts are gonna start coming, and then we'll get on that one, building it from the ground up. So when we're done, we're gonna take the F-350, load the S120 on a trailer behind it, and tow it up to the Sierras for some awesome off-road action.
Back of the cab's all smashed in from how the front of the bed was all smashed into it, and this thing's definitely had a hard life.
Cool that it was green though.
It's
at one
funny,
point in
yeah.
time.
I mean, it looks like green, but then factory blue. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's like the same blue that was on originally.
Well, like you said, it was probably a green truck, and someone said, "No, I want a blue one."
Yeah, yeah.
Go spray that.
Well, we're not taking the bed off. We're just gonna spray around it,
Right.
right? The guy won't notice that it's still green behind the cab.